beside the beach. This kind of boxy home. This was home to another Academy Award winning actor. This is where Nicolas Cage lived in the early 2000s. He lived right here from 2005 until 2007, up until a very fateful night, 2007, when he was rudely awoken in the middle of the night by a soaking wet, naked intruder that was standing at the foot of his bed. This guy had been apparently drinking one of our local bars, probably got kicked out. Decided it'd be a great idea to shed his clothes and jump in the water, which he did. He swam over to the boat dock in front of us here, where he hauled himself out of the water. He let himself into the house in an unlocked door, and he made his way to Nicolas Cage's bedroom, where he stood there at the foot of his bed hoping to grab an autograph. Well, as you can imagine, that didn't go over too well. Mr. Cage chased the guy through the house. He ultimately cornered him in a back bathroom where he held him until the police arrived and arrested the guy and hauled him away. So shook him up that the very next day he listed the house for sale. And after a couple months, he sold it for a then record price of $35 million. Then after doing that, he moved he and his family up closer to the quiet streets of downtown Los Angeles, where for some reason they felt safer. And then next door, where this beautiful home sits, this is the most famous location in the harbor. It's right here where John Wayne lived. John Wayne lived here in a single-story ranch-style home until he passed away in 1979. After he died, his house sat vacant for a long time until Robert Cohen came along. He bought John Wayne's old home, wanting to move into it. The home was too far gone, it couldn't be saved. So Robert Cohen built this beautiful place for himself, but in honor of John Wayne, he put a memorial on this seawall, right where the plants break, right above the water. You might be able to read that. That says Duke's Point. It's where John Wayne used to sit with his evening cocktail and wave at all the passing boaters. Now, looking at the home, you won't be surprised when I tell you about the current owner, Robert Cohen. This gentleman grew up in the flower industry. It's the one or two potted plants right there. You see the guy watering. There's two full-time gardeners that live here taking care of all the plants. Robert Cohen started selling flowers on a street corner in Los Angeles when he was just 8 years old. Went on to become a successful real estate investor and developer. In fact, he developed and he still owns the Four Seasons Los Angeles Hotel. Well, some of you were with us last cruise on our sea lion cruise. Got to see some sea lions. I told you about them coming into the harbor, looking for places to hang out. Well, guess what? We lucked out. We found another sea lion. Look, the dock to the right here. Told you how people don't like them on their property because they can do a lot of damage. Well, even on this big dock, look at what that sea lion's doing to the dock. Look at how the dock's kind of sunken down, kissing the water's surface. It should be floating high and dry. But that's probably 300 plus pounds of sea lion right there. So he's putting a little bit of a hurt on that dock. These people take great pride in their dock. You can see their gorgeous boats right here. They would not be happy to sit down on their dock right here down home right now. So next door, this next home coming up, this one's a favorite of mine, this white gray home. It belongs to the Berg family. These people started Burgermeister breweries. At one point in time, they were one of the largest independent brewers for Anheuser-Busch. So this is the house that Bud and Bud Light built. And like I said, I got a soft spot in my heart for this place, but I feel like I've helped pay for it. You know what I mean? One can at a time. Now they've got a beautiful boat dock out here. They wouldn't want to see that sea lion on their dock. Now there's never been a boat tied up to the dock, which I don't understand, but they're definitely proud of the dock. You might be able to see that for yourself if you read that sign over the gangway. It reads Hickory Dickory. And then two doors down, here's a home with a red tile roof that a lot of people in Southern California have contributed to. Some right here was one time with the Snyder family. These people made their money flipping burgers. They started giving out burger chain. So you can't make money flipping burgers. And look, next door to this home to the right there, looks like a vacant area. People living here now, they had a neighbor's home to the right up until a few years ago. They talked their neighbor into moving away, though. Bought their home from them, bulldozed and built themselves a swimming pool right there. So based on the land alone, that's probably a $10+ million swimming pool sitting there. So we're now going to buy a bunch of boats tied up to the docks right here. These these docks we're going by, this is one of the few public marinas we have in the harbor. Up until this point in time, all the boats you've seen, they've been parked on people's private docks in front of their homes. This is one of the few places where if you don't have a home here on the water, you can at least come buy your boat up. To the left of us is Lido Isle. Now, Lido Isle is the largest single island in the harbor. It's bigger than any part of Balboa Island. Well over, well, actually, Lido Isle, back up, named for Lido, Italy. It was originally envisioned that Lido Isle would become a resort island. That idea never really took off, though, so it became a residential island. There's over 850 homes there now. We'll circle it through much of the rest of our cruise. So this beach to the right, this is the end of this neighborhood we've been going by, Bayshores, and now we're coming up to the Balboa Bay Club. The next series of big buildings, this is the Balboa Bay Club. And back in the early days of the harbor, this Bay Club, it was a private social club, and it was a bigger thing out of the Hollywood types who lived here, spent time here. John Wayne was a huge fixture here, as was Joey Bishop, a lot of members of the Rat Pack, even politicians hung out here. John F. Kennedy spent time here. Ronald Reagan was a member here. He always stayed here when he was passing through town. And some of the bigger boats in the harbor are moored here. These are the bigger slips. The big blue boat right there, that's $15 million worth of boat. That's your 30-foot Italian motor yacht. That belongs to our local drug dealer here in town. That's right, a guy named Milan Ponich owns the boat. Now, he started ICN Pharmaceuticals, so he's legit. Kind of funny, though, he's got a house out towards the entrance of the harbor, and he can't park the boat on his dock because it blocked he and his neighbor's view. But the full throttle right there, that's actually his little weekend runabout. That's normally parked in front of his house, but he's doing some work on the dock there, so he's got it over here now. And this boat, the back end's open, but it's named Serengeti. That boat was built for Johnny Carson. He had it built about the time he retired from the Tonight Show. Not a soul enjoying the beach, but it looks like those people are probably enjoying themselves in that luncheon right there. Do a lot of social functions up on that upper beach area. A lot of weddings take place there. And that looks like some sort of corporate function or seminar or something like that. But as I said, back in the day, the Bay Club used to be a private social club, but a number of years ago, they did a huge remodel here. And one of the conditions of the remodel is they had to open this place up to the general public. So they went and they built the Balboa Bay Resort right on top of the club grounds. And that resort, it's a public hotel-style resort. You can actually book a room here right now as you cruise on by, come spend the night. And if you enjoyed staying here enough that you wanted to live here, you can even do that in this 5-story building right here. These are rentals. These are long-term rentals or apartments. And they don't advertise the prices of these places. I called up one day inquiring and I got the cold shoulder. It's one of those places if you have to ask, you got no business being here. But my sources came through and told me studios start about $3,500 a month and it goes on up to nearly $20,000 a month for the upper penthouse unit, so pretty pricey living. And there's even a waiting list to move in for some of the units, so it's pricey popular. But if you live here, you live in luxury, because if you live here, you get all the amenities that they put at your disposal. The gym, the pool, the spa, all that good stuff. You can get valet service and road service if you want. Then a couple more big buildings coming up that are the waterfront locations for various public entities. This first building right here, this is the Orange Coast College School of Sailing and Seamanship. See a lot of different shapes and sizes of boats in the docks, and even some boats being rigged right now. They teach you everything from beginning sailing courses to advanced Coast Guard level courses using their different boats. And they teach their courses both to the student population of the school and the general public. So if you want to learn to sail, you can come down here and take a sailing course. And you can see the Orange Coast College crew, they launch their rowing shells out of here. As does the Boy Scouts. Next building is the Boy Scout Sea Base. Looks like they've got a sailing class about to start. And you might know some girls here. Boy Scouts opened this place up to school age kids from throughout Orange County, so it's not just Boy Scouts that are down here using it. Then, coming up, the home of Duffy electric boats over here on the right, the beige canopy boats you see right here. These are called Duffys. Now, if you've never seen a Duffy or if you're not familiar with them, these are golf carts on the water. Got a big electric motor and a big bank of batteries. These are invented here in Newport Beach over 40 years ago, long before any sort of green movement came into being. They've sold over 15,000 of those worldwide. In fact, about 2,500 Duffys along here in Newport Harbor. But they rent them out right there, and we're really happy when all the boats are tied up neatly to the dock, like right now. They rent to anybody. They don't care if you've been on the water before, if you steered anything with the wheel, or you have a driver's license. As long as you got a heartbeat and a credit card, they'll send you out on other boats. We know all too well when their docks clear out, and on the weekends we're dodging them all day long. And now coming up on the right, this building with the dark windows. This has been some great restaurants over the years. This is Archie's, Pino's, Stuffed Shirt, Windows on the Bay. But ladies, now this is a high-end women's boutique called Marie's. You'll be able to do some window shopping as you cruise on by. Now, I've never gone in here, but I've gone to the website of Marie's to take a look at the prices. I know the dresses in there start at about $1,000 to go through the roof. So I'm convinced if you look at Marie's in the dictionary, that's got to be something like Italian for ouch, a wallet. Then the most famous boat in the harbor is here to the right, the Wild Goose. This boat right here, that was a minesweeper during World War II. After the war, it ended up as a private yacht that in 1962 was bought by John Wayne. So that's John Wayne's pride drill right there, the Wild Goose. Been a fixture here in the harbor for nearly 60 years. So we're now down at the far west end of the harbor. Over here to the right, this is Restaurant Row. This is along the Pacific Coast Highway, Mariners Mile section of the Pacific Coast Highway. And I told you the harbor started out as the marsh dam of the Santa Ana River. The Santa Ana River actually emptied into the harbor right where we are right now, just up ahead where the cars are going over the bridge. During some wet winters and windy days, they're just starting to develop the harbor. The river flooded a few times and flooded all the new construction here, so they diverted the river. It actually doesn't even come into the harbor anymore. It empties into the Pacific about a mile north from here. So this is as far as we can go these days on this side of the